As a commercial nerve center of Nigeria, Lagos is a city of prosperity, progress, positive transformation, good governance with a significant influence on commerce, entertainment, technology, education, tourism, arts, fashion, and much more. Let's talk about this great city, the great city of Lagos. Once again, on the City of Lagos TV show. You're welcome. The Lagos growth trajectory under Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, cutting across human capacity development, agriculture and food security, housing, road, water, and transport infrastructural projects, quality education, sustainable power, information technology, tourism, just to mention a few, is unparalleled. So join us as we share with you facts and figures from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. You're welcome. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was the chief host at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund Office Complex at Asbifi Road, Central Business District, Alausa, Ikeja. Mr. Governor expressed his profound appreciation to Chief Adebutu Kesintin for his generous support to fund the project, as well as other partners and donors. Governor Sanwo-Olu was of the submission that the project will enhance the capacity, efficiency, and forward-looking approach of the agency to deliver on its mandate.
For 18, 19 years, we have kept faith with the fund. We have kept faith with the commitment we give all our donors, all our partners, and we've kept faith with the fact that it has come to become the pride of all measure of security fund we have in the country. But when the new executive secretary said, like he mentioned, just less than 2 months ago, and he hit the ground running to say that we cannot continue to live. Like they said, the journey started from our office before we moved to an office, a rented apartment here, and they've been there for almost 16, 17 years now. And he said he will talk to our father. You are going to live very long, Baba. Because with things like this, God will to spare your life, God will continue to give you the strength to do good to mankind. And so today, it's not just this bill, it's the sense of patriotism that we're expressing here. It's really not that we couldn't have built this, but we also know that government has its own bureaucracies and there are several other challenges. But you've taken upon yourself and you want to solely fund this. We want to thank you, sir. But we also want to thank all of our partners that have also worked with us all of these years, because this will make them also want to do more with us. And I want to use this to also congratulate the new board members, the new ones that are joining, and also thank the old ones that have served at one point or the time, the board. It's all a journey that everybody has contributed in. From the first executive secretary to the second one, now we have the third one. Everybody had served this board meritoriously, and I want to thank you. And I want to thank the current board that with this, you don't have any excuse. You have to all go out there and ensure that the support we're giving all of our various security architecture, all the service commanders are here. Let's continue to do it. Let's continue to ensure that this fund is part of the history and the legacy of Lagos, and it will continue to do well.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently swore in acting chairman of Agege Local Government Area, Honorable Abdulganiyu Vinod Obasa, as the substantive chairman of Agege Local Government Area, as well as Toyin Rukayat as a permanent secretary at the Banquet Hall, Lagos House. The governor charged both of them to live up to expectations in their individual office.
Mrs. Toyin Anjus Ademuyiwa as Permanent Secretary and Honorable Abdulganiyu Vinod Obasa as Chairman of Agege Local Government. Mrs. Anjus Ademuyiwa, your swearing in today marks your entry into the highest administrative cadre in Lagos State Public Service, the office of the Permanent Secretary. When you enter the engine room of governance, where policies are translated into action, where systems are strengthened, and where continuity is preserved beyond public health service. Your professional journey reflects a deep commitment to institutional reforms. You've shown great sense of innovation, performance excellence. Through your leadership as the Director General in the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, you have demonstrated that public service can indeed be very dynamic, can be accountable, and be responsive to the needs of our people. Your elevation is therefore a recognition of your competence, your consistency, and your confidence. As the Permanent Secretary, I expect you to be part of the highest standards of professionalism, strict adherence to due process, and a collaborative spirit that strengthens service delivery across our ministries, departments, and agencies. Honorable Abdulganiyu Vinod Obasa, today, you assume office formally as the chairman of Agege Local Government, bringing the trust of your people and the weight of grassroots leadership. Local government is where governance is felt the most and is felt directly, where policies meet daily reality, and where leadership must be visible, leadership must be responsive, and must be compassionate. Your task is to deepen community development, to promote social cohesion, and to ensure that the standards of governance are delivered fairly, transparently, and equitably to the people of Agege. I urge you to live inclusively, to not divide your people with the lines of group or form or people that have supported you or didn't support you enough. You need to work with your legislation and work with your traditional institutions. You are meant to uphold accountability and the management of public resources. I know that in your acting capacity, I watch you from afar. You started very well. You've done a lot of great things. And now, as chairman, you have a full mandate to bridge the divide of policies, the divide of local realities, and you have the full mandate of the people to reconcile everybody. If I look at you and tell you that Agege is fully reconciled, I'll be lying. But you have the responsibility also now, as the chairman, to do that. It's not a function of age. It is a function of the office you hold.
For Obasa and Toyin, they expressed their profound gratitude to Mr. Governor and the state.
I want to thank Mr. Governor for making this day very much possible and for us to actually be named as the official chairman of Agege Local Government. Over the past, couple of months as well, a lot has been going on in Agege that we've been trying to do to put Agege at the forefront of our local administration, in our great state here.
I want to thank Mr. Governor because this is a governor that recognizes merit. I am still a bit dumbfounded and shocked, and I'm literally having an out-of-body experience. This is Lagos State, this is my Lagos State. I came home from the United States because I wanted to add value in the way that it was meaningful. And God has given me that opportunity.
In fulfillment of his administration's promise to promote quality health, clean potable water to improve the standard of living of Lagosians. Governor Sanwo-Olu recently commissioned the Akilo Mini Water Works, which is meant to serve Ogba and its strategic environs in Lagos. Mr. Governor noted that the government's partnership with a critical stakeholder in the water business, Water Aids, is a testament of collaborative efforts to deliver on the project.
We challenged ourselves and we said that all of our mini water works can come back on stream. On a large sustainability basis, yes, is the major ones that usually are needed for mega cities like this. But the mini water works too can indeed work, and they can serve the various catchment local government areas. And WaterAid worked with us. And so we're here, and I'm happy that we can hand over the Akilo Mini Water Works here in Ogba, in Agege, Ogba, and Ogudu. All of you all joined together because you are all beneficiaries. And I think this is a fulfillment of a promise to restore some level of dignity, to promote the health of our people, and to provide our citizens with clean and potable water. We believe this meets the quality of standards of living, which we also believe are part of fundamental human rights. And so this water works, which has been fully rebuilt, will indeed change the skyline for us. You know, like we've said, this is just the beginning of several ones that we're going to push forward. The MD, you have come, you have given commitments, and we're holding you to those commitments. Our partners, the likes of WaterAid too, have seen that, you know, when we all work together collaboratively, we can put, you know, our words to action, and action can turn into reality.
The Lagos State Governor and some of his strategic cabinet members inspected the Adiyan Water Works Phase 2 project to ascertain the level of progress made so far. Mr. Governor noted that significant progress has been made at the 70 million gallon water plant, promising that efforts is in top gear to complete the project that will change the face of water production and usage in Lagos.
We've traveled in the last 1 hour from the Adiyan site. Now we're at a place called Akute intake. We moved the journey from the Adiyan Phase 2 project, which is a 70 million gallon water plant. All of the civil works, you saw the equipment that are on ground, and the consultant said to date they are at about 85-86% completion. But the remaining 50% is very critical. That is where they begin to install the electromechanical equipment. These are the things that will determine, you know, the real efficiency and production line of the water plants. But the other component of it is, where does water comes from? How do they produce the water at the 70 million gallons per day, you know, in Adiyan, if it doesn't have an intake? So we have to lay pipes of over 8 kilometers that, you know, we have to get the right of way from Ogun State government, and I want to use this opportunity to thank them again. We paid compensation, but we had an extensive cooperation with the Ogun State government that gave us the right of way and gave us all of what we need to get to Akute. Akute is actually in Ogun State, and that is the border on the Ogun River. The water behind us is what they call the Ogun River, and that's where the intake will happen. The grounds that you've seen here, that excavation has happened, and all the pumps that will take the raw water is going to happen here. So it's from here, the raw water will travel 8 kilometers to Adiyan before he gets on to the pipe for the entire treatment. So what you're seeing is green or brown water that will turn into drinking water, you know, in our homes and in our offices, in our schools in future. So this is the technology, and this is how large water treatment happens. You know, it's like a power plant from generation. You have to start from here. This is where you take you have the intake, it travels all the way to the power plant, to the water treatment plants before it now gets distributed on reticulation to the various houses. So on my left hand side too is the old buildings that had the Adiyan 1, which were also revamping It was also done way back over 50 years ago, 70 million gallons as well. That's where you have the raw intake pipes. You can go and take a video of it. We are changing the pipes for that one too, for the raw water intake. So this is my left. On my right-hand side, we're going to have the power plant. We have an existing Akute power plant, which has now reconceptioned to another company. We will be starting with a 6-7 megahertz. Eventually, it will wrap up to about 15 to 20 megahertz. The power plant is going to be, on the right-hand side. Power is needed. It's a strong component for any treatment or water treatment plant. So from here, they need to have enough power, because all of those turbines that power those pipes are they're not like they will say. So you need a lot of energy to be able to propel them. So that is the distribution. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that we're using Adiyon 2 to also solve Adiyon 1.
For 5 consecutive years running now, the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led government at the recent Public Servants Week has once again rewarded outstanding civil servants for their exemplary outstanding performance, loyalty, and dedication to work. Governor Sanwo-Olu in his speech admonished the various recipients of awards, cash, and car gifts for their excellent service delivery. He, however, challenged them to keep the flag flying, noting that hard work pays.
Today, I take a moment to express how happy I am to be with you. I haven't been here in a while, but I'm indeed happy that I'm with you. This is one special occasion that I genuinely look forward to, when I can come out here and thank you. And you've seen that what we started 5 years ago, people thought that it was just going to be a fluke, that after the first sort of people win, that we're going to stop. But we've kept faith with it consistently for the past 6 years now. And so I know that the work you do every day is not just walk in the park. You're genuinely showing that Lagos truly works. It's all of you here. We get the remarks. Just this afternoon, we had some visitors, and all of them are foreign visitors. And they said to us, or they said to me, some people were at the courtesy visit this afternoon, that my people, my staff are not only courteous, they are professional. And you think that people are not watching. People are actually watching. People are actually watching, both local and international. And so in everything you find your hand to do it well. Do it very, very, very well. I want to congratulate all of you. And you need to be able to continually show excellence in everything you do. Don't say that, they've commended me once last year, so next year, let them go and commend another person. No, if you're excellent, you're excellent. Consistency, you must continue to build it. You must continue to show it. And that's what I want to leave with you. To tell you that, once you have identified that skill in you, continue to oil it. Don't let it go down. If you're known for something that is outstanding, keep it up. It will be difficult, but please keep it up. And that's the only way in which you think people are not watching, but people are watching. And the day in which it will be put to test, or it will be used as a measure of you getting something outstanding, it will come. It will come. It doesn't have to be the first time, but please keep at it. The citizens are watching us. And I want to assure you that your hard work will not go unnoticed. And because I'm here today, so the head of service have given all of the 5 people that came on the junior category 5 million naira. And because it's head of service, though it's my signature that they have used, but because it's head of service, I don't want to compete with him. So every other person in the junior category, I'll give you 500,000 naira.
It was indeed a spectacular, exciting, refreshing and glamorous moment at the recently held carnival-like Lagos Food Festival, which brought together various multi-dimensional players, operators and stakeholders in the multi-food business chain. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, spoke on the essence, strategic value, opportunities, potentials, and prospects of the Lagos Food Festival with the theme Taste Without Borders.
Lagos Food Festival, which is some of the highlights of all of the events that has happened in Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems. They've done a lot of activation. They've done a whole lot of intervention in the agri space, in the food security space. They've empowered a lot of entrepreneurs. They've actually done so much this year, to continue to put, innovators and aggregators in the food business to give them an opportunity to fend and to do well as entrepreneurs. But what you also have here is for families to now come out, to come and enjoy and see the exhibition of various food culture and culinaries of food, right? And you can see that the whole place is filled up. I myself have also been put to a quick food or a food chef this evening, Chef Jide, which was like a seafood rice. But it's an old idea of families coming out, encouraging people in the catering food space, and for us to be able to also use food to tell the Lagos story. There's a small exhibition there as well. All of our various cuisines, all of our various dishes were also put on display. So it's really for people to see, to understand, to appreciate that we're people that is very fashionistic in all areas. In all areas, food is one in which you can show your art, you can show your skill, and we're doing it, on budget. We're opening up the opportunity for a lot of young, smart people, and businesses are being transformed. Before I came here, I also went to the art exhibition. The people that were doing painting on our walls, you can see that's also Lagos. That's the creativity of Lagos. And these are almost like 40 artists all doing one, art creativity or the other. And that's what we want to encourage everybody. In our entire space, we need to be able to lift people up, continue to encourage different skills, different professions, so that Lagos continue to remain safe and home for all of them.
Lagos Food Festival, which morphed from the Lagos Seafood Festival, and it is a celebration of everything Lagos, the culinary culture, the tradition, the entertainment. Everything that makes Lagos Lagos. Lagos is very diverse, it's very multicultural. And so we believe that in celebrating everything that is Lagos, food is the embodiment of that. And we as the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, we are the curators and the custodians of that. So it's best that we celebrate all of our value food chain actors, and the Lagos Food Festival is a place to do so. It also helps to give exposure to our food actors. So you have a lot of chefs here, you have culinary practitioners, you have restaurateurs, you have hoteliers, you have caterers, and this is a place where they are also able to mingle, able to network, able to solidify a hold on their businesses, expand and grow. We've had many stars made from the Lagos Food Festival just by reason of Mr. Governor cooking, tasting their foods, and giving a word of encouragement. So this is an avenue for us as the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems to solidify all of our interventions over the years and to celebrate everyone that makes it possible for all of us to eat in Lagos.
And still from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor recently attended the opening ceremony of the 2025 Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference as a special guest of honor. Mr. Governor, who highlighted significant strategic relevance of the military in national security, used the occasion to appreciate the tremendous impact, professionalism, efforts, and security capacity of the Nigerian Army to keep Lagos and the entire country safe and secure.
The Nigerian Army has remained a defining institution in the preservation of our territorial integrity and our national cohesion. History has consistently shown that security is a fundamental prerequisite for national development, and the Nigerian Army remains one of the most critical instruments through which nations project stability, authority, and confidence. There can be no enduring development without security, and no security without capable, disciplined, and professional military. Today's Nigerian Army is operating in an era that is defined by complex and evolving threats: terrorism, insurgents, banditry, transnational crime, non-traditional security risks that demands intelligence, that demands adaptability and interagency cooperation. Encouragingly, the Nigerian Army has continued to evolve in response to all of these realities. I have observed with pride and confidence the progressive restructuring and modernization of the Nigerian Army, the introduction of new platforms, improved training doctrines, and the renewed emphasis on professionalism, as showcased during the recent Nigerian Army celebration, which reflects an institution that is deliberately repositioning itself to meet the demands of a modern and constitutionally ready institution. I therefore commend the Chief of Army Staff for the purposeful direction it continues to provide in steering the Nigerian Army towards a greater competence level, effectiveness, and institutional integrity. As Governor of Lagos State, I must also acknowledge the invaluable contribution of the headquarters of the 81 Division of the Nigerian Army to the relative peace and stability we enjoy in Nigeria State.
And now to some courtesy visits. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the Minister for Housing and Urban Development of Municipalities and Housing from the United Arab Emirates have both agreed to explore opportunities and the potentials of UAE and Lagos to create and build new investment frontiers that will benefit both parties. Mr. Governor and his guests identified the key issues of trust, investors' confidence, and security during a courtesy visit by the UAE delegation to Mr. Governor.
Coming from a place like United Arab Emirates, where we have achieved a lot in a very short period of time, with almost no resources and no manpower, if we want to project the experience we had there and what we've seen in Lagos, especially after an amazing visit to there and tour at Atlantic City, and the progress that we have seen over the past 15 years, I believe Lagos in particular, and Nigeria overall, has potentials more than anywhere else in the world. Like what we built in UAE is a good example, but I believe that definitely Nigeria can overachieve because you have the manpower which we don't have. You have the land, you have the water, you have the environment, and you have the will. There are only few things that, in our opinion, that are missing, which are two main things: the publicity, which is where I come from. Technically, at the beginning, when I did not have the right impression about Lagos. So we believe that the publicity to present this image that we all experienced here with your generous hospitality and everybody around here and the people that we met. First, this is very important that we focus a lot on the international media. Secondly, the trust. You know, money follows trust. And if I want to talk on behalf of private investors or anybody who invests overseas, it's very important that we work closely with the government for two main reasons. First, to understand your vision. What are you looking to achieve? Because when private sector work hand in hand with the government, then that's where we can achieve. Secondly, to create the regulations. We've been looking at the regulations in this beautiful country, and we know the restrictions on the land ownership, but there are so many ways around it, which I'm going to present tomorrow in my presentation during the first day of our conference. For instance, there is a very interesting experience we had in Dubai, which call it the crowdfunding or tokenization. It created an amazing platform for foreign investments to come and invest in assets that are owned by government or owned by anybody else. For example, we can get an example of a hotel, hospital, a school, or a building that has revenue generating potentials from rental, where we can raise funds for that particular thing over a short period of time and sell bonds to international investors. So we're coming with a lot of white papers. And me personally, I'm very interested on behalf of my group and large investors in UAE to explore the opportunities here and work very closely with you to create probably an example project, or let's call it a pilot project, where we can present it and show it forward. So definitely your vision, your achievement has been well recognized, because we are here for the second time in 6 months. I don't think I have visited the city in 6 months 2 times. That shows the intentions of the city of what you're looking for. So I really congratulate you. First, for your people, who are amazing. You have a great team that they believe in the city so much. They believe in you and your vision, and we keep seeing that happening. That gives us a trust as investors. With your help and with our power, we will deliver this message to everybody else and to other investors. And we would love to work very closely with your advisors to present our crowdfund program, and we see how we can work together, hopefully.
It's nothing other than a strong, real African story that is now a global, map that we all need to take and work with. And I agree with you absolutely that we haven't communicated enough. We haven't sell this amazing place. We haven't sell it enough. But we believe as things go, you cannot hide a sun and cannot protect a sun, that is rising, or a light that is shining. You can't hide it for too long because it will have different ways in which it will come out of whatever, covering you're giving it. But we need to be intentional about it. We need to also be able to accept that we need to do something. We need to do something very urgent. We need to do something very strategic to be able to curate, the real Lagos story, and be able to work with partners like yourself who are willing to be cheerleaders, to be ambassadors, and tell the real Lagos story, the very simple but very unique story about what we're building here. And the second thing you talked about, which is equally important, is trust. People truly want to understand, and see what can we take back, what can we listen to, and it stays as commitments, and we can hold you, for that. And that can only happen if government understand their own role, can play that active participatory role of enabling an environment that investors will feel comfortable, they will feel very loved, they will feel truly, really, convinced that this environment is willing, on a long run to stay with us. And the way we say it here is that for where we are here, we will do everything to ensure that our words remain our bond. It is in a growth trajectory that's unparalleled, but we want to be able to be very intentional and be able to sort of like organize it. In the seemingly disorganization of Lagos, there's a resilience that is there. There's that Lagos flavor that just gives you that energy and that propelling spirit to want to continue to go. And that's what is unique about it. They're actually extremely very friendly, they're very hospitable, but they have that energy that is uncomparable. I tell New Yorkers that come to Lagos, the energy is different. It's another level. And for us, what we need to do is to be able to, without crowding them, help organize those energy onto a positive, so that the growth can be measured, the impact can be seen, and we can truly, really deliver a world-class, resilient, ready to go city that can work for everyone.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, received in audience the president of the most influential people of African descent, Olufowobi, and his team on a courtesy visit to Mr. Governor. Kamal used the occasion to announce the organization's recognition of Governor Sanwo-Olu's outstanding leadership performance as the most influential governor of the year during its Lagos Diaspora Experience event.
Our presence in Times Square in New York City is a representation of the excellence of Lagos on the global stage. And I hope every time you come back to New York, you definitely will, stop by. You came with the First Lady. Come and eat jollof rice in New York City with us. Thank you so much. And then the third most important thing is today we're kicking off our Lagos Diaspora Experience in collaboration with the Diaspora Office. Our vision is to come home. We do what we do in New York for the last decade. So this is the first time we're actually coming back to Lagos. The first time we launched in Lagos, Ayeri was the one who supported us. She's hosting the event, the Award of the Year, right here in Lagos on Sunday. And let's give the governor a round of applause. He is receiving the Governor of the Year, the most influential Governor of the Year. This is a global recognition as part of the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent. And Lagos is very significant because you are the capital of the biggest Black nation on this planet. So once again, that recognition, it cuts to the heart of why we do what we do, to celebrate excellence and to bring together the best and the brightest of our color all over the world.
Mr. Governor was quite appreciative of the award, noted that the recognition award was a propeller and a strong motivation for him to strive harder to live up to the expectations of the citizenry, locally and internationally, as a governor.
What it tells us is that consistently your brand and what you stand for is becoming extremely very global, and it's beginning to resonate, with people of the African, origin and Black people generally in the world. And I think it's something, if you stay consistent and you're actually very, very particular into who and how people get recognized, then credibility and integrity begins to now sit with it, and people can begin to work better and expect that if I'm so identified, it's because I've contributed something meaningful to my local community or into my environment. And that's, quite frankly, is what life is all about. It's all about impact. It's all about ensuring that you can give something back. It's not just because I'm the governor, but how impactful has that role been? How well can you connect with people in whatever space you find yourself? How do you humbly use that office to be able to take others up and give them a chance, give them an opportunity for them to fly? And for us, that's really what we've been doing for the past 6.5 years. So we truly, truly feel, humble that people can, identify that which we've been expected to do, and try to measure that with the kind of award that you're given. And I think we will receive it with our full chest. Just yesterday, and I saw it in the papers, talking about recognition with the Time African, Special Recognition Award, which is, and some newspapers today and some media also carried it yesterday. I think that's extremely very humbling, and it goes to validate you choosing me. If a global brand like Time Africa can recognize, so it means that you've also done your due diligence. But what that does, at the end of the day, is it just make work a lot difficult for you, because, like people say, to get up there is easy. It's to sustain and to remain there that's the most difficult. So what I tell my people is, each award tells you that we have to work harder. Each award you have to work smarter, twice as, because people that are taking time to give you, they don't want to be disappointed.
That's our spectacular news catalog from the governor's office on this broadcast. Join us again for another interesting package on our subsequent broadcast on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Thanks for watching. Lagos is indeed a center of excellence where greater ideas translate to great realities and opportunities. Let's keep hope alive until we come your way again next week on the City of Lagos TV show. Thanks for watching.